today's focus was on creating an appropriate object of observation for achieving calm abiding. It's important to settle on one object and use that object over and over. If you choose a Buddha or an image of a deity, there's the added benefit of gathering virtue and merit and increasing your faith while you're practicing to achieve calm abiding. So you can choose whatever object of observation you would like, but choosing a Buddha or a holy object has an added benefit. The Tingenzi, Lei Zhang, and then then the Becha de Kabiare Nishime, Gay Ragian.
Shugo Najaji.
Okay.
Yeah, the this one. Tingenzi, the Nye Becha Pechache. The Gangisana de Chanka Kakare. NGK Becha, Dang Ye Becha, the Drawa Yere. The Becha Sarpa, Drawa Yomare, Kalikabudu, then the Terran Comb de Pechache, Nye Becha Gugumare. Chikshena. Okay, Dixon.
Yeah.
Kabiare. Dixon Rinpoche. Dim Nye Becha Pechache, Dixon.
Tangato Larin was the Chibi Chungun Landing Galan, Chibi Lansung, the Larin, the Lord Marba.
Less so.
That Chibi Chungun Land, the Magachubu, Sutin Tang, Chandro, the so the Chibi Chungun Land, Dendry Lang. That Habas on the Tabi Lang. Habas on Johnson Level, then Tabal Rugu, Tabi Lang. Then the Shanchu sent and Yishimada. Shinju to Galo, Sanji Gubon to belong. What the name of it?
Okay, so when we look at Atisha's lamp for the path to enlightenment, we see that Lord Atisha takes all of the teachings of Lord Buddha and divides them into three specific categories. Those three categories are the teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity, medium capacity, and the teachings for beings of great capacity. So the beginning first division are the teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity. These are teachings for people who wish to achieve rebirth in the higher realms of cyclic existence of the gods and the humans. And these are by practicing the ethics which abandons the 10 non-virtuous activities and going for refuge in the three jewels of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, one is able to achieve the result of rebirth in the higher realms in dependence on these practices. The next division of the stages of the path, teachings shared in common with beings of medium capacity, and these are stages of the path which lead to liberation. For beings who wish to achieve this, the practitioner must engage in the three highest higher trainings, the highest higher training in ethics, concentration, and wisdom. And then finally, the third division of teaching is for the practitioner who wishes to achieve complete Buddhahood. These teachings for beings of great capacity are all the teachings mentioned coupled with the development of bodhicitta, or the mind that aspires to enlightenment, and then from there engaging in the practice of the six perfections. So these are the three categories that Lord Atisha broke the teachings down into. Decent.
That's the number thing as a woman, maybe she the word, maybe the Seji Kadu Tabi, Kuluji, Jiden Gomo, Gudun Zebate, maybe the Akaji.
Okay, Tuche.
San Juba, Shachu Sambat, Naja Jisha, she's on but Tabula, maybe Ten Shao. They are Sado, Luciba Rajinji, Shuba Sen, Debanile, Shemana Debi, Chebala che shin do che shin teba tumo yu ka na yang tunbe rajin che trozin sende be naba shawo ha do seje gala zebe je meden tsuana chogodan Lama la sube tunbi ko shindo leba shi se la yang tashin te tsema zone yi ji yu do chawa la gonsu chu yang na la me lebar da jebe tubi dun san shi yengo chato jubi meden tsewa sha wos ta kanda tengen zi gondir wade meba gari ina nanju bayi zhundu je baro gari mena gonga ina tengen zi zhudan zhu yungri de sanje kola mena gonga ina ane goba cheba yuwaris shuji ni so nanga susa wade ne nene deba tanda wade ne goba cheba yuwaris tsewa sha wos.
Hey Ted, do you know where his old Lamrim is, the old book? Can you get me that from downstairs? Thank you.
Loma suji naba machawa, sanji ngaji naba chawa la lobo, kaji kuzu dundu, jaba mela tene, hangon jeba, lupen jede kaba shindu lede, tinganzu onbi sheba la, madruji, iji sheba la, druba yinbe, tinganzu ji ngaji meba ne, iji ngabi ngaji yu yinbe, tala sen zeba gubi shetan. Ngasheba tala meyu ngaji tuyanshe wang, zonyen shawa la, me guba sonbi shiro. Ko chara nyingi tambo raba la mine, tala tenpa ne she, chawa la mine, guba shu jen do son shin, nyuwa raba shin do chalawa. Kui rinja ne meden shagu la cheba do kei chewa ne cheba tar tingan zin ji ne tingan zin denda shi maruba do maybe rib me tun mabo pe na tingan zin cheba la tanji do moronde meba mandawa mabo la pe tinganzi gona shine rubi Geshe Lharampa shiro teyu na tinganzi rubi rung tsene sadidang gorin la subi toma tinganzi rubi tse meba ji kuni wado shene ruba sheche meba mabo po mason so papa bayu jang sewa sonde meba jila tensu to yiji samba tenpa sha meba mabo jubale yin nyumu chuban juru shi santenji kazo son la landro le jang meba gangron chitala yin gala jaba sha.
Less so. Okay, to Chenrezig Rinpoche. Okay, and I have some commentary from before also. The King of Concentration Sutras says, okay, so page 44, everybody, is where we're going to be starting in the English. King of Concentration Sutra says also, the King of Concentration Sutra also says that you should use this kind of object of meditation. The glorious protector of the world, with a body the color of gold, the bodhisattva whose mind engages this object is said to be in equipoise. Can I have tea? Is there? Okay, thank you. Of the two ways to do this, newly imaging the Buddha's form and visualizing the Buddha's form as though actually present, the latter has a distinct advantage in developing faith and fits within the context of practices common to both Sutra and Tantra vehicles. Therefore, use a visualized image of the Buddha's form as though it already actually exists. When you seek your object of meditation, thank you. the basis upon which you keep your first keep your attention, look for an excellent painting or sculpture of the teacher's body and view it again and again, remembering its features. Firmly familiarize yourself with the mental appearance of the object. Or seek your object of meditation by reflecting upon the meaning of the eloquent description of the Buddha's form, which you have heard from your guru, and make this image appear in your mind. Furthermore, do not let the object of meditation have the aspect of a painting or sculpture. Rather, learn to have it appear to in your mind with the aspect of an actual Buddha. So no matter who one is, whether just beginning or a yogi practitioner, the generation of this merit and all of the previous practices are necessary as this foundation for the ability to the former practices, even for the yogi, are necessary for he or she to achieve the higher realizations. So single-pointed concentration and the development of it is necessarily depends upon the collection of merit and virtue and so forth. So here it says, it just speaks of the two ways to do this, newly imagining the Buddha's form and visualizing the Buddha's form as though actually present. The latter has a distinct advantage in developing faith and fits within the context of practices common to both Sutra and Tantra vehicles. So the development of faith and the development of merit and so forth is necessary in order to achieve the actual concentration levels, no matter who one is. So these advices are for everyone who wishes to achieve single-pointed concentration. Some set an image before them immediately and meditate on it while staring at it. The master Geshe Lharampa's rejection of this practice is excellent. He says that concentration is not achieved in the sensory consciousnesses, but in the mental consciousness. Thus, the actual object of meditation of a concentration is the actual object of a mental consciousness. Therefore, you must keep attention on this. I'll figure it out. He also states what I explained above, that you have to focus your mind on the appearance of the actual concept or mental image of the object of meditation. So here it's necessary for us to gather the various merits and virtues and so forth, but also here it's stating that when you focus on a painting or an image, you have to imagine that the image itself is the actual Buddha, is the actual being, him or herself. It actually allows you to create more merit, and as it states in here, helps to generate faith and so forth, which are all necessary foundations for the generation of wisdom. Just as a translator's note, in the beginning of the Precious Garland by Nagarjuna, it says, among the two, wisdom and faith, wisdom is chief, faith being its prerequisite. So just as a translator's note, we find that embedded in the first page of Nagarjuna's text. So furthermore, there are both subtle and gross features of the Buddha's bodily form. It is stated elsewhere that at first you focus on the gross features, and latter, then when these are solid, you must focus on the subtle. As experience also shows that it is very easy to raise an appearance of the gross features, you must develop your object of meditation in stages, starting with the gross features. It's, yeah, I don't have any. An especially important point is that until you have accomplished satisfactory concentration as explained below, it is never appropriate for you to cultivate meditative concentration by shifting your focus to many different types of objects of meditation. For if you cultivate concentration by moving to many dissimilar objects of meditation, it will create a great impediment to achieving serenity. Thus, authoritative texts on achieving concentration, such as the Sangha's texts on the levels and Kamalashila's 3 stages of meditation, explain that when first achieving concentration, you do so in relation to a single object of meditation. They do not say that you shift among many objects of meditation. Arya Shuru also states in the Compendium of Perfections, that's Lopun Baul, Solidify your mind's reflection by being firm on one object of meditation. Letting it flow to many objects leads to a mind disturbed by afflictions. Then he says this in the section on achieving meditative stabilization. Also in Atisha's lamp for the path to enlightenment, it says, settle your mind in virtue on any single object of meditation. So it's stating to settle your mind into one object, whatever it is, and then focus on it. Dig song. The Shanchu Landun Long Tsar.
Yeah.
That's good. The the Zugu Chukabir. Okay, Tuche. Tuche.
Gune Tombo.
Okay, that's good.
Gune Tombo.
Gorin Tambo. 502.
Ngaja true.
Okay. Tuche.
Yeah.
Gorim Tambo.
Yeah.
He makes his point with the phrase on any single. Okay, Dixon.
Gune Tombo le kangi tse meba sheba konso sheba ti tse pombo kan la sobe shedagi jeba meba sheba kona de chege do gomba ngaba ndewa la soba le jang nenjuba na je tuni juji la soba sobe shedagi meba mato katse do she sonso tela toma quand la sense be meten nyebi tsene o dan shani kui ko yen dan shani rimba jendo ane lengar sun se dala ti tar kui shi la shebana yingo yola raba na chashi zang shi 차도바 주나 여다 제비 세부 마주야 대산지 주 셰바시네 들라 산종고소 디 주세네 더다 대산지 주시시네 산지바 들레장 세와신 되네 야야 세다나 메바 중지 세둔저야 세네제 띵은지 메예바 마제 네베 기순줄라 메바 칠 메세야 차시상 메데 메바 데니라 센존나 띵은지 녀도 예지 데네 세와 못된베 세자들라도 루비 싫어. 되네. 루비 이제데 담발 연종데 개체와 나오고 메데 차루라 머지 지산이제 나자제바 나메 장 간사게 좀 나봐 착갈라다 샤왈라야 세메세다 드니 짱 때문에 나주바지 오유 내바매도 상아지 라이 nen주 주비 거이나 라이 나바 세부 내바 주고베 대마제지 봐도 토토마 제비 터지 거지 내는 라이 나바 차와 가나 하den 비메바 강로지라 셰네 네 생존 쪽에 셰네지 딩은 진상시 주바급이 수 이베셔로 늘 라이 콜라미네 루나네 디 나바 마샤야 생존나 너도 문루베 나바 샤이 띵도 생존고라 대양 숑세지 꾸이실라 존네 네 꾸디 차시 가지 체 세와나나 달라송고 Temasaya Sonaya Shela Zung. This Sabagon Debala Mabu Shawa. Sabagon Debala Mabu Shawa. Mabu Shawa Tabi Kadu Mangabadan. Jubi Ijin Gon Debala Jimbi Ijin Shawa Tabi Imangabadan. Chi Gomban Debala Nin Shawa Tabi. Chamangé bada chewa gomba dobala chungwa shawa tabi chungwa mangé na tata ke ije sunzang ne murong yu tsayu meba kanyi ba te kona meden sha go so os.
Okay. He makes his point with the phrase on any single. Thus, having first focused on one object of meditation and attained serenity, you may then focus on many objects of meditation. So first, achieve calm abiding in relation to this one object that you've gone over and over again in your mind. And then after you have this achievement, then you have to turn that single-pointed concentration to the various other object aspects and so forth. So then Kamala Shila's first stages of meditation states, only when you have earned concentrated attention should you focus in detail on the particulars of objects, such as the aggregates and constituents. It is in the light of the particulars of yogi's meditation on objects, such as the 18 emptinesses, that the Buddha states in sutras, such as the Sutra Unraveling the Intended Meaning, that there are many aspects of objects of meditation. Accordingly, the measure for having first found the object of meditation upon which you keep your attention is as follows. Visualize several times in sequence the head, 2 arms, the rest of the trunk of the body, and 2 legs. After that, if you can bring your attention to the body as a whole, you can raise before your mind just half of the gross components. Then, even without radiant clarity, you should be satisfied with just this and fix your attention upon it. Why? If dissatisfied with just that, you fail to fix your attention on it and want more clarity instead. Then as you visualize it again and again, the object of meditation will become a bit clearer, but you will not obtain a stable concentration. In fact, you will prevent yourself from getting this. Even though the object of meditation is not very clear, if you keep your attention on precisely, page 46, precisely this partial object of meditation, you will quickly obtain concentration. Since this then intensifies clarity, you will readily achieve clarity. This comes from the instructions of Geshe Day. It is of great importance. And for the manner in which the object of meditation appears, you can describe 2 sets of 4 possibilities for various types of persons. It is easy or difficult to have an image appear, and an appearance may be clear or unclear. Moreover, both clear and unclear images may be either stable or unstable. However, as there is considerable variation, you cannot definitely determine that will occur. When you are practicing deity yoga in the mantra vehicle, you will definitely have to establish a clear image of the deity. So until this arises, you must use many methods for achieving it. However, in this non-tantric context, if you have great difficulty in making an image of a deity appear, you may adopt any one of the objects of meditation presented above and keep your attention on it, because the main purpose is simply to achieve a concentration of meditative serenity. Also in this non-tantric context, if you practice for focusing on the body of a deity and you keep your attention there even though the image is not appearing, then you will not achieve your desired aim. Thus, you have to keep your attention on an image that does appear. Keep your attention on the entirety of the body to the extent that it appears. If some parts of the body appear especially clear, keep your attention on them. When they become unclear, return your attention to the entirety of the body. At that time, there may be uncertainty as to color, as when you want to meditate on gold but red appears, or uncertainty as to shape, as when you want to meditate on a sitting shape but a standing shape appears, or uncertainty as to number, as when you want to meditate on one thing but 2 things appear, or uncertainty as to size, as when you want to meditate on a large body but a tiny body appears. As it is utterly inappropriate to pursue such distortions, you must use only the original object of meditation, whatever it may be, as your object of meditation. Digsung Rinpoche. Chudelpa Lama. Less. So there's a lot of information that's been given here, Rinpoche said. And the main point is that one settles on an object of observation of some sort.
The Drubasha Tingan Chebani Dan Debashi Inde. The sentient do say Natan Debatan Mibala Tijito Nebi Matubi Nachadan Debao Della Kachi and the one Sundu Shela Jenda Tawaya Tene Jishan Tawan Cheba Tambu Taman Dube Soto Magula Toa Si Nabajinji Garden Kander Druba Shayi Tinganji Drebenjoya Santen Tambu Nyaduji Dubi Tinganjita Tonden to Manjoshin Teba Songi Shan Yunten Drubi Tenla Chudo Sombi Southern Jibi Tinganjichan Le de Tan Saint Kanda Tonden to Manjoyu de Madanso Sejayi Nacheyan Zumeji Se Dubi Tinganji La Majan Dode Jenle Zume Ponyu Santen Shezumba Dar Shansenji Onbo Gaji Madubi Shansen Na Santenji Sedubi Tinganji La Tene Yuden Druba Zumbe Seyu Sheba La Jumetos Tetabi Sejayu Natambane Shisawa Judu Jula Zijiba Madubana Gobi Bado Jubi Shingu Ni Tinganji Tinganji Nada Ruby Gage Su Onyu Jusene the Yino Dena Shingu Chara Nam Leba Simba Shela Sine Tenin Gobi Gubra Shibi Tinganji Chulu Nada Chi Mashina Satung Tajiment Shine Jang Chua Mesibi Tinganji Tuando Nyeyu Ludenaji Tsute La Kiba Shawu Tela Shingu Ne Shinen Rubi Gejen Gwenzi Batang Gutong Gwen Wudu Tumbi Kede Shinen Rubi Tunjin Tinganzi Shesu Juba Shawu Tela Tinganzi Ne Semi Bala Tzijidu Nebi Chayima Teyang Mibala Junden Do Dubashi Guso Tela Sensitive Miba Kanyaba Tela Imbi Ingor Mijibi Tajidan Sen Imayidan Iwan Juyu Iwan Chitanjo Chitawa Jin Shiba Ni Gubi Tambo Chambadan Niba Ne Shijin Yide Dudu Jinle Jang Chanda Shijin Ne Niwa Dubi Duba Shiba Di Chiki Sen Zimba Le Muchuwa Shibi Shidang Nibi Sen Chua Shintu Shibi Shiro Shizun Soos Chamba Nyan Ne Miba Jina Ine Tamatatu Mibi Torwa Juyu Mibala Jibi Chamba Tsawa Yino Chambi Sen Miba Nyawa Tuzu Ne 아시바터 메데스 세토네 마타시 샤존나 대시비 치지 네 치지 노윤센다 수진 제고라 세포시데 사도 강라야 맞어봐 요바오스 어떠바지 주나
Yes. Okay. So, once again, the object of observation of single-pointed concentration and how to focus on it is where we are. I just have to find where we're reading so much, I just don't want to. What was the last I read?
We finished up page 46. We're starting to focus your mind on chapter 3.
I read all of 46?
Correct.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yep. Okay, chapter 3, focusing your mind. How to focus your mind. I thought I had the last paragraph to go. How to focus your mind on the object of meditation. There's 3 parts. Presenting the flawless method, eliminating flawed methods, and indicating the length of sessions. So we begin with the flawless method. The concentration that you will accomplish here has 2 special features: vivid intensity, an intense mental clarity, and non-discursive stability, staying one-pointedly on the object of meditation. Some add bliss to these, making 3 features. Others add limpidity as well, making 4. However, limpidity is included in the first feature, so it does not have to be listed as a separate item. Delight and bliss, which impart a sense of well-being, do occur as results of the concentration that you will accomplish here, but they are not concomitant with all the concentrations which are included in the access to the first meditative stabilization. Also, the concentration of the 4th meditative stabilization, which is said to be the best basis for achieving the good qualities of all 3 vehicles, is not associated with any physical or mental bliss. Thus, delight and bliss are not counted as features here. While some of the concentrations on the formless level lack highly vivid intensity, there is nothing wrong with presenting vividness as one of these 2 features. For Maitreya's ornament for the Mahayana Sutras refers to the meditative stabilization other than the formless realm. This means that bodhisattvas, except for some powerful bodhisattvas, achieve good qualities by relying on concentrations with the levels of meditative stabilization. Since the development of this sort of vivid intensity is blocked as long as there is laxity, while one-pointed non-discursiveness is blocked as long as there is excitement, laxity and excitement are the chief obstacles to achieving genuine concentration. So if you do not understand how to identify accurately the subtle and coarse forms of laxity and excitement, or if you do not know how to correctly sustain a concentration which stops these once you have intensified them, then it will be impossible for you to develop serenity, not to mention insight. Hence, those who diligently seek concentration should master these techniques. Laxity and excitement are conditions unfavorable for achieving serenity. Later, I will discuss how to identify these unfavorable conditions and how to actually stop them. Now I shall explain how to develop concentration in a manner conducive to achieving serenity. Here, concentration refers to your attention remaining one-pointedly on an object of meditation. In addition, it must stay with that object continuously. 2 things are needed for this: a technique in which your attention is not distracted from whatever it had as its original object of meditation, and 2, an accurate awareness of whether you are distracted and whether you are becoming distracted. The former is mindfulness, the latter is vigilance. Basu Bandhu's commentary on the ornament for the Mahayana Sutras, the Mahayana Sutra Alam Kara Misha, something. I don't know, I ever know how to say that. Bhasya. Basha? Yasha. Okay. Mahayana Sutra Alamkara Yasha states, mindfulness and vigilance bring about close mental focus because the former prevents your attention from wandering from the object of meditation, and the latter clearly recognizes that your attention is wandering. If a lapse in mindfulness leads to forgetting the object of meditation, you will be distracted and will immediately lose the object upon which you are meditating. Therefore, the foundation of cultivating concentration is mindfulness which does not forget the object. How does such mindfulness focus your mind right on the object of meditation? Once you have at least visualized the object of meditation in a minimal manner as explained above, generate a powerful apprehension of the object that tightly holds it with your attention. After you have set your attention at a high level, stabilize it on the object without newly analyzing anything. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think that's it. Decent.
Trembane kunle tule tremba kanjen na rebi ngobula senji jeba mebate naba mayi na lekeno she chabara sonda deba sonso tela meba yuji chabane ha rebi yula tremba maji rebi ngobula she sonde Kondene never shibi, Midenji Naba Shaw. Naba on the Danji, Chebane, Senjiba Meba, She Yu De, Senji Majibi Chade, Kondene Miden Majibao, Majibi Tune, Jenji, Tibetan, Rangi, Telatuba. Chuna Middleton Denda Yino She Lame Temba Tentuba Zangla Maziji Semibala Teba Te Tudu Tene Chonzi Jang Miba Te Inaya Tishun Zanto Temba Torwa Yino Tene Sam Midela Mother Jabba Jasimba the Mebala Teso Nyamba Shi Jela Tene Sato Matuba Lut Tinichi Shumachiba Jujua Tempa Tensuji Netamba Hino Shileji Chabane Mebala sentient to me was all. Theatre, Sam Mebala Tede, Doane, Lambuchin do you, Pays on the Pena, Dombo, Kawa Shidu, Tembala, Shata, Shinto, Sawatome, Mediba Lambo Tate, Lanzi, Cheddar, Labatar, Shina, Le. Majina Chachu Nevi Yaya Tane Chajede Dua Tar Sen Dua Sen Lambo Che Tela Dua Dandawa Deyan Mashibi Meba Kawatambi Tembi Tabi Jinji Tela Dodo Matuna Shijinji, Jaju, Tane, Keji, Ondo said, Oma Nibole, Eji Lambo, Lundoa, Mebakawa Tembola, Trembe, Tabi, Nadinji, Shiro Jaju, Rimbato, Shezonji, Gone Baba Lejan, Trenta Shijinji, Tabi, Eji Lambo Che, Maybe don't put the Nila Taba Shao, Shezonso, Look Hama Le, Shijin Jaju Tabundawa Sonla, Lo Sheme Tabadandawa, Somba Megede, Semebala Jundo, Dobangone, Tremba Yinla, Shijin Yang, June, Semebala Mebala, Deji Yinde, Shinwadan, Gobangon San, Shingo Dunjoa, Shijinji Ribala, Tene, Rangi Ondo Mudonwa, Zayu, Meba Yubi Shedan, Hadamba Tar, Ruben Iniji Jan, Jashi Niga Mebala Nyewa, Todo, Sombi, Shiro, Tremba Chenpa la tenne, tengen nu rupa sompa tang taba, Chenpa taba tang rawa, sengon su mipa la, juden tu ndoji tu sompe, tengen zi roji ji su, chonsu ne, Chenpi chonsu yin la, Chenpa yang, ngapi tengen zi, tabjen yinpe, tengen zi chungwa ne, ngay shi ji zindang tangpa mayba hade juba la sen yu secha wangwa yin yang ngay shi ji nga tobe secha ma tobe chenpa dojin jiwa jula di shir 네 신황 참마다 네 매케비 띵한지 준 코나던 조로 라고 답을 하소비 메데제 먼저봐 세 또바참 종유 네 생유라 차양 모두바 잡아샤오 셰비 dāngā tēne sēn mā chūwa lā mā yīmbā shāgu mā yīmbā tēyāng mē bā mā jībī tēmbā tāng tēnshī yīmbī tēmbī chōng sū lē mā dēbī tētā gōngbē lē jāng ngā shē jī shū tēmbā shāgu tā tēne mā mā sōng tēne mā tā gā tā tēngā zīgā mē bā sōng tā tuwa
Chenrezig zugu pui kaba kason. Okay, touché. Okay. What was the last sentence I read?
With regard to mindfulness, the Sanghas accompanying the knowledge sense.
49.
Page 49, with regard to mindfulness.
Okay, I'm always a paragraph behind. Okay. With regard to mindfulness, the Sangha's Compendium of Knowledge says, what is mindfulness? In regard to a familiar object, your mind is not forgetful and operates without distraction. This indicates that mindfulness has three features. Its observed object is a familiar object. Since mindfulness does not occur with regard to a previously unfamiliar object, in this case, the image of a previously ascertained object of meditation appears. Its subjective aspect or manner of apprehension is your mind's not forgetting the object, as indicated by the phrase, your mind is not forgetful. In this case, it's your mind's non-forgetfulness of the object of meditation. What does non-forgetfulness mean? It is not mentioned in reference to merely being able to remember that what your guru taught you about the object of meditation, thinking or saying, the object of meditation is like this. When you cast your mind to it, or when someone asks you about it, rather, it refers to how your attention is fixed on the object of meditation and brings it to mind clearly without even the slightest distraction. If you are distracted, you lose your mindfulness to the extent that you are distracted. Therefore, after you have set your attention on the object of meditation in the manner explained above, you think, in this way I have fixed my attention on the object of meditation. Then, without new examination, you sustain the force of that awareness in unbroken continuity. This is the most critical point in the technique of maintaining mindfulness. Its function is to keep your attention from wandering from the object of meditation. Fixing your attention on an object of meditation in this way and controlling it is said to be like taming an elephant. An elephant trainer ties a wild elephant to a tree or a sturdy post with many thick ropes. If it does as the trainer teaches it, then fine. If not, it is subdued and controlled, struck repeatedly with a sharp iron hook, Your mind is like the untamed elephant. You bind it with the rope of mindfulness to the sturdy pillar of an object of meditation, such as I explained above. If you cannot keep it there, you must gradually bring it under control by goading it with the iron hook of vigilance. Baba Vega's Heart of the Middle Way states, the erring elephant of your mind is securely bound by the rope of mindfulness to the sturdy pillar of the object of meditation, it is gradually controlled with the iron hook of intelligence. Also, Kamala Shila's second stages of meditation states, with the ropes of mindfulness and vigilance, tie the elephant of your mind to the tree trunk, the object of meditation. It is not contradictory that the former text likens vigilance to an iron hook, while the latter text compares it to a rope. Mindfulness directly and continually fastens your attention to the object of meditation. However, indirectly, the vigilance also focuses your attention on the object of meditation. For you depend on noticing actual or incipient laxity and excitement with vigilance, then stabilize your attention on the primary object without following under their influence. Also, as cited above, the Master Vasubandhu states that both mindfulness and vigilance focus your mind on the object of meditation. It is said that you achieve concentration on the basis of mindfulness, and that mindfulness is like a rope that actually fastens your attention to the object of meditation continuously, so mindfulness is the main technique to sustain in achieving concentration. Also, mindfulness has a way of apprehending its object that carries a sense of certitude. If while maintaining concentration you stabilize your mind casually without a solid sense of certainty about the object, then your mind may take on a limpid clarity, but it will not have the vivid intensity of certain knowledge, so you will not develop powerful mindfulness. Therefore, subtle laxity will be unchecked, and only flawed concentration will ensue. Those who cultivate just non-discursive attention without stabilizing their attention on the objects of meditation, such as the divine body, bring to mind the personal instruction, stabilize your mind without thinking of any object at all. Then they keep their attention from being distracted and wandering. This non-distraction is synonymous with mindfulness that does not forget the object of meditation. Since this meditation is simply the technique of maintaining mindfulness, those who meditate in this way must also rely on a mindfulness that carries the force of certain knowledge. So it's... Yeah. The Rinpoche, Trua Dan Lenja, Chishina, the Lomoa.
Okay.
Jian Sanlo Garyube. Okay, maybe I'll do question and answer just for a period. Maybe an hour of reading and then with the questions. That way we can maybe... How's everybody feel about that? I mean, we can... Rinpoche said whatever, really. What would you like to all do? Okay, all right. Let's do that. True. The Rinpoche, the Chran Becha Sarpa, the Injike Becha, Tranka Drewa Yomare, the Nimpa, Drewa Yure, Le Labudu.
Okay.
The Becha Sarpa Ngakali Kabudu.
Ah,
Jema.
there.
The Chran Becha.
There. Yeah. There.
Oh, Kongel Mebichi, the Nge Becha. Not Chran Becha, Pecha Chesa. We arrived at page, okay, hold on one second. Page 508. 508, Ngapja Dan J. Ngapja J. Then Ngatsu Jun Dan Chepi Lu Sewala. Ngatsu the Lepson. Here, Geshe Lharampa. The Titsa, the Le Labudu. The Shugu Kashe, Nyamdu, then the Tsigu. Tatayan. The Yabudu. Kong Atsula Tesu. And Gewatsa. I said you gave me those, so you'll get virtue by Rinpoche using. Okay, questions. Adrian.
Yeah, is this on?
Yes. The Trua Dang Lenja Dangare. Yes.
So, actually, I have a quick question for Geshe, but first for Rinpoche. When we went to dialysis, he was telling me something about the medicine Buddha practice. Geshe was saying this.
Okay.
In the morning, and I understood that he said, get up in the morning and do it. He said, don't eat meat or garlic or onions, but after it's finished and you go on with your day, then it's okay to engage in those things. But the actual practice, I wasn't clear on what he was saying.
Okay. Let's do that after class, maybe.
Okay.
But if you have a question like this related.
I do have a
Okay,
question
let's do
regarding
that.
to this. So, I've been thinking a lot about 12 links of dependent origination in
Okay.
relation to this, and especially in my own issues going on with my health and the circumstances of both inner and outer obscurations, particularly, is what I've been thinking about, and how they arise in the mind and then in life with health, car accidents, things like that. Rinpoche has taught repeatedly over the last 20 years about not wandering from object to object and keeping your stability and focus on a certain thing, but there are various practices that we do from time to time. So I was kind of wondering if you could clarify, sometimes it's medicine Buddha, sometimes it's white Tara, sometimes it's Tingen or Tongshaji, 35 Buddhas of Confession. And so it's, when you're doing that and you don't have time to do all those practices in a day at a certain order, is it harmful or unbeneficial to be going from, say, single-pointed concentration of a tanka of Shakyamuni Buddha, which was the first thing I ever did when I started studying Buddhism, and that's still my go-to visualization. And then when you're engaging in action tantra and some of the other things, when your time is not really there. And then the last thing, kind of an addendum to that or an add-on that I was thinking about was, instead of it as showing that good fortunate circumstances are coming along, in the Madhyamika understanding of emptiness, when we're engaging in these things and our life circumstances change to a much more positive, like you don't die from something, or good things begin to happen, and it's said that in some of the other sutras and tantras that you will actually see your environment begin to change as this practice is happening, is what is going on. And this is where I was thinking about the 12 links of dependent origination. Are you really, through the force of wisdom, merit, and effort, are you actually changing those things that can arise in your mind stream so that beneficial things are arising versus negative things? Does that make sense? Or not?
Well, you mean by... Let me attack first part of the first part of the question.
It's a big question.
About doing different practices and trying to, you only have a limited time, and talking about choosing one single object is if you want to achieve single pointed concentration. That's what the point of all of this is. But the other practices allow you to gain virtue and accumulate merit and so forth. But so that's where I'm going to ask the question from. I'm going to ask Rinpoche a question about single-pointed concentration as it's explained in the text. But we have a lot of different practices that we do on a daily basis, so we are jumping from one object to another.
And is that harmful for single-pointed
It
concentration?
is for single-pointed concentration, certainly. Rinpoche, ngatsu kashe the wang dang the mambo yure, the kashe shachatupa kasha droma kashe nejorlana mepi ju yure. Then the lamatson kapi lapcha the mikpa chik pentogdu, then mikpa mambo the gonjana tingenzi yongamare tingenzi guna shine guna mikpa chik tambo then shine le the lamanson kappa sumpere tambo mipa chi then shine le then mipa jenda dison. Yine ngatsu nima dakpar sansan Chenrezig sansan droma sansan de kongi chiwa the shine the ja enemy ja yimba shine ja ngatsu gon mambo jana the shine ja yimba shine the
shine damada mumasan dana shine tubal te nogo jeroda.
Less so. So yes, it does harm your ability to achieve calm abiding if you think about a lot of different topics. Dene lapcha irebe gangin sena kon wang dang shenang kashe ire. Dene lapcha irebe.
Ta tinga de gonde ta gande meba kanu chita la ina gila jaba jas.
Tatai.
Ne meba karla mina tinga de gonge ina tinga de da yongo.
Less so.
Ne meba sanji ko kola so beto zula mina shine gonge ina.
Less so.
Shuji ne tinga de roya. Shuji ne sona da ishe ko susa ya ke.
Less so.
Koba chebe yo res.
Less so. So, if your aim is to achieve single-pointed concentration into calm abiding, if that is your aim, then you have to take one object and always use that object over and over again. It doesn't say not to do other practices, but when you're trying to achieve single-pointed concentration and you're sitting down to meditate in that fashion as an aim, and your aim is to achieve calm abiding, just as a translator's note, because there's single-pointed and analytical meditation. So if you're sitting down and your aim is to achieve calm abiding, you choose one object of observation. And Rinpoche quoted Atisha's lamp for the path to enlightenment. Let your mind focus on one virtuous object and let it set there or rest on one virtuous object. So if you were to use the Buddha, for instance, as your object of observation, that you're not only creating the causes for calm abiding to occur, but you're also creating Sunandan Yeshe. You're also creating the collections of merit and wisdom, the collections that are necessary when you're utilizing an object of observation such as the Buddha. The Rinpoche, the Sanjay de Mipa, Sunandan Yeshe Tsok Sagadue.
Sanjay meke ina suna so yin baro.
Yeshe?
Ne, ishe ke so de ta na.
Yomar.
Selamine toni gomba ina.
So I said, but how do you get the wisdom collection by doing that? And he said, if you're meditating on the emptiness of it, then it would do that collectively. So if you have that kind of simultaneous understanding of the object of observation, then wisdom is collected as well.
So would it be appropriate to say, now I am doing single-pointed concentration, now I am doing Tara, now I'm doing these various different practices, today I will dedicate some time to this?
That's what Rinpoche is saying.
Yeah.
So Rinpoche, the Tsansan, the Tandang Shinegon, the Mipachi. Then Tandang Droma Manidang, Yene Shinegon Yomare, the the Droma Dang. Then Sansan Chenrezig Manidang. The Diggerbe?
Yes.
Then the Chikshena, the Nima Chik, the Chutsu Chi, Karma Ju, Shinegon Karma Ju, Droma Dang Diggerbe?
Buddhist.
The Lapcha, Cheran Lapcha Irube. Okay, so he said that so I asked him a question in a lot of ways. I asked him if you had an hour in a day, if you had should you take 10 minutes for single-pointed concentration and 10 minutes for this and 10 minutes for that? And he said, yes, that's a good way to do it, that you are being very specific about what you're meditating upon. And then I asked him, I said, what would your advice be for everyone? He said, that's my advice.
Okay. So a little bit of everything versus one day of something alone. Okay.
Pass the mic. Adrian has very good wisdom, so if you think about this, it'll be very beneficial.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have one more. You hang on to that. You had a second part of your question about, is your environment changing as a result of virtue and so forth? Is that the question? Is your environment going to change as a result of creating virtue or non-virtue even, or conditions for arisal?
As you're doing because of the 12 links of dependent origination, a full cycle of karma takes more than one life,
Uh-huh.
a life and a half, with the exception of very grave deeds like murdering, an arhat or something like that, that can form in that life. But Rinpoche, before when he taught in the 12 links of dependent origination, taught that it takes a life and a half, I believe, or 2 lifetimes to complete a full cycle of the 12 links. So therefore, those imprints are set before us in our life. However, when we engage in, say, white Tara practice to lengthen our lives so we don't die of disease or, outer obscurations like car accidents and things like that, basically my life, are we seeing, is what happening at a Majjhimika understanding, are we actually changing the causes and conditions that, an ariser or what we apprehend needs to be apprehended by an apprehender. You know what I'm saying when you're talking about?
I don't. Everything that we do is creating a future experience.
Exactly.
So
how
that's
is
just it. And whatever, we have a million different possibilities, and then certain conditions arise, so another possibility arises, and then we experience it.
So if we're engaging, let's say specifically in white Tara, and then like I have a disease that doctors say you can't get better from, and then I do get better from it, which has happened.
The intervention of, okay.
So like that, in accordance with the 12 links of dependent origination, all of those
separate things altogether, but
yeah.
That's separate. Like what you're talking about is separate altogether. Like this is for just the dependent origination cycle to be completed.
The dependent origination.
But imprints and intervention of those imprints doesn't have anything to do with the 12 links necessarily.
Well, I'm just trying to think about, like, if I engage in this practice and to me it appears that I'm doing something that is affecting my life right here and now, those imprints were from a previous life.
Right.
To do that practice, to appear, so those things, because things all lack inherent existence from their own side and everything arises independent upon other phenomena.
Right.
Are all of those seeds from a previous life that are ripening now?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that sounds kind of simple when you think about it, but
yes, unless you intervene and create some powerful purification that allows for them to change in this lifetime.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like,
Rinpoche, the tanda ngatsu degudu, kashe natsa yure, kashe natsa yomare, the gar shene ngama ngatsu le. The tsingami le. Then kongi chiwa de. The tsingami le, the Adrian natsa mambo yure, yene kong sampa and lama kashe kon la lapson, the droma, the dang mela dangna gomjana. Then a chik shena se de natsa da tugdu. Then a kandre gangin sena the natsa jewa ngami the depo. Then gar shene tanda nge gonja the neposha kandre. The neposhana natsa da tugdu.
Nasal Pangro, Dramaguas, Dramazo, Zuna, Sokange, Nasal Panguas.
Lesso.
Pangros.
Lesso.
And then.
And Kongi Chiwa, the Natsu Droma dan? Tsengami Depo. Tsengama Natsu Droma de Gewatsason, Den Sunsan, Se de Natsu Droma Wang Nangson. Then Kongi Chiwa, Tsengama Gewa dan Tsengama Migewa Zingadu Dan Drapudu. So there's a battle almost. The virtue and non-virtue harm each other, and one wins out over the other. Virtue, whatever's more powerful. So we have all of these possibilities within our continuum. Various conditions arise, and then when various conditions arise, various seeds arise, and whatever's most powerful and potently connected to whatever condition's going on, then that will be our experience. Rinpoche said there's always virtue always can counteract non-virtue, but virtue can also be counteracted by non-virtue. So it's always just this happening, and whatever is at the forefront at that very moment, because of previous karma, is what arises. But if you apply an antidote such as Tara or something like that, because of the power of the basis, it has the ability to actually create results in this lifetime because of the power of the basis.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Okay.
That's,
All right,
Chem-
next. You had the mic. What happened to the mic? How'd you get...
I'm actually piggybacking off.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
The first part of the question. Well, first I want to say, how are you, Rinpoche? And
Rinpoche Guzu
thank you for
Depi
being
and Bad?
Yes.
Debuldu. Yes,
Thank
he's
you.
very well.
Thank you. So, with regards to if we only have an hour, what if someone
Okay.
has such a busy day that they don't get 1 hour solid? They're right out the door as soon as they wake up. They have a busy day. They have kids, this and that. Is it beneficial to take 10-minute breaks here and there and have, for this first 10 minutes, I'm going to do this, for that
It's
10 minutes?
advised to do that, actually. As a beginning practitioner, it says do it 16 times a day, 5 minutes. Rinpoche, the ngatsu chelat sabudu, the leka mambudu, and dutsu mambo yomare, yene sansang ngatsu karma ju yure. And karma ju yuna, gonja, dene chikshena chutsu jid jema, yanjer karma ju gonja. De pen togudu, gangisana ngatsu dutsu mambo yomare.
다 뜻을 맨나야 안는 생고를 하러 생산도다.
Datayin. Yene the gomja karma ju dutsu yina pen togudu rinpoche?
고자 내가 지나들에
주제도 내가 공 말해 까마끼 고는 지에 까마니 고는
다다예.
세바 때문에 미바그라 세바 때문에 세바 좀게 개좀 말하면 주제 시제나 미바 가창나 편도에 말해
Datayin.
주제 끼 고는 지에 까마니 고는 또 세바 때문에 어떤 거 상주 생 고는 일이 좀 고는
Lesso.
까마끼 뭐 고나
Lesso.
까마니 그래 세바 때문에 생이어요 말해
Lesso.
때문에 고 telling me about the pain, today give on the Mibachi Maguna, Susakale, Kage Miba Puntuyo Mare,
Lesso.
Kamanga, Kamatu, the Nebuna, Miba de Kalela Yamare,
Lesso.
Amara, mucha de Lacado,
Lesso.
Guna de Titala Yamare,
Lesso.
Kamanga, the Kamatu, Samba Kumuchi at the Kitchen.
Lesso.
Lagi,
Okay, so they did datayin. The kongi chiwa, the lenja datayin. So Rinpoche said, first off, that your mind your mind's independent. So even if you're busy going here and there, your mind is still your mind and you can think about whatever you want. So your mind is what practices. So you can practice even when you're busy. You don't have to have this specific time that you set aside where you're saying, now I'm practicing. Because you always have your mind, so you can always be practicing. So that was the first thing Rinpoche said. He said that we're independent. Our mind isn't jailed in any way. So we're allowed to, our mind is our own, basically. There's nothing holding our mind down. Our mind is our own. We can practice. So then Geshe La said that, of course, even if you have a minute to meditate, that it's beneficial because it's about whatever your motivation is. If you're able to think about only one object of observation and not think about others for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, it would be a lot more beneficial than someone sitting for 4 hours straight with a mind that's completely distracted. So it's about your motivation and the quality of your practice. And Geshe La said that as Americans, we're all very busy and going here and going there. So we just have to make sure that when we do set the time aside, that the quality of the practices is there. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. I also wanted to add on to the second part of his question with regards to if there's a diagnosis and the person who's getting the diagnosis gives the words of that doctor as an expert, the all-knowing, and the doctor says you have 6 months, the belief in those words, can that create that condition of the 6 month or that particular terminal illness over their belief of, I can get past
I don't
this?
think Rinpoche could answer that. I'll ask him, but there's no way he's qualified to answer something like
Okay.
that. So you, just frame it as a question for me again.
With regards to diagnoses, and
So if you're told something and then you start thinking it, does that make it happen?
Yes. Regardless, yes. If you believe it, if your belief in it is so strong, will that?
You're a millionaire. You know what I mean? You believe that. Are you a millionaire?
Depends on how you.
No, you're not. No, come on. Rinpoche, konchiwa de menkangdro, then sansan memba, chiran natsa de yure, chiran dawa dru shigare, the memba de lagudu, de nyepa sampa, nga natsa yure, nga dawa dru shigare, de memba ka. Natsa zu tugudu? Natsa zu tugudu? The triwa kensapudu Rinpoche. The memba chiran natsa yure. Dene nga sanlo mambudan nga natsa yure nga natsa yure. The natsa ju yurebe.
Memba gira makashin do tu de kashin nyama de mor de lagudo. Memba kachi tipe kachi tigu mare. Matu pai jiba jike memba jike.
This isn't the question. Triwa kakare. Less so. It ends up answering your question though by way of less so.
아니 다 가서 그랬다. 소소 디체 야 마도버들 내거리다.
레서.
같이 릴 강에 같이 공부하면서 공부하면서 도서 청아마 10번 난 청아마 페이지에 레사.
레서.
선들로 줘라.
조질레.
조질레.
레서.
같이 청아마 gem바도 말하. 꽃도 봐대 같이 미면서 공부하면서 라버지도다. 청아미들게 레사.
I can understand all his language.
청아미들 레사든 리버들은 연구해. 같이 뭐 같이 청아마 이마 뭐뭐 똥.
레서.
이바도 선들은 노시엔주 같이 슈부차고도.
레서.
같이 방고 차고도.
레서.
저기 청아미 레때 또 저마도.
레서.
저 주반 드라스 드네 개개 뭐 청아미 레에서 뒤에 가디 손사나.
레서.
드라마도.
레서.
저 못하다버지 사바녀 바이 펄샤 못하.
레서.
사 못하 사바녀 못하 그 뒤에 주지면 못하 출라도그라. 떠나면 소소 청아미 레드 두사다는 대님의 뒤에 다다는 시주지든 말도.
The tama yanjer suranang, the mota.
못한다 사바녀라.
Mota sarpa.
사바녀라. 다 못하고 록 대지 뒤에 열어다. 록가 로초드니 열어. 냐마지고 출라도그라. 못하. 출라도그라. 머스게 소소 청아미 레드. 서림 데마데. 청아마들 서림 데마 청아미 사나야 바사나 서림 데그래. 청아미 사나야 바마나 서림 데그마데.
So it ends up answering your question, so I'm just going to translate everything that Geshe Lharampa said. So you go to a doctor. One doctor could say that you're going to live for 6 months. He said even in Tibet, you see these times where one doctor says this, but then another doctor would say something completely different. So what is certain? Well, how do we know what is what, and how do things occur? So I asked, are they occurring because of thinking about them, and then the belief makes it real? And Geshe Lharampa then intervened and said that all of our experiences are manifestations of our previous karma. However long our lifespan has the potency to abide, it will abide. And it is from previous karma that our life concludes shortly, or a disease occurs, and a disease goes away, or a disease doesn't go away. All of these things are determined by our previous karma, and can only be created by that. There's no other cause that can create our experience than a previous action that's concordant with the experience that we are having. So this is why there can't be certainty from one doctor to the next, because you can't read karma. So you would have to be able to understand what the karma, the previous predispositions of an individual are, in order to understand what is going to happen or has happened. So you can even see that everyone in the room, people look different, people have various levels of wealth or don't have wealth. Some people have very beautiful bodies, others have very beautiful faces, and so forth. And there are also some who have deformities and so forth. All of these things, physically, all of the things that we experience, all of this is a result of our previous karma. There's throwing karma and completing karma. The throwing karma projects us into the realm we're in, and then the completing karma is karma which we have engaged in, fills in the details of that actual existence that we're in. So whatever the completing karma fills in those details of is what we experience. So if our karma has us with that 6-month diagnosis, and that's the karma, then that is what we will experience. But we won't experience because someone told us we'll experience it. We can only experience because we have a cause within our continuum that's concordant with it. And then Geshe made a point that it's like some cars, when you get a new car, last for a long time, others last for a shorter time, and there's various conditions that go into why one lasts longer than another. It's something to that effect. And it's just like that with karma, that some people die very young, some people last very much longer, and it's all a result of previous karma that has been accumulated that's concordant with the experiences that we're having at this time. So I think that was everything. So we can't experience something that we haven't created the cause for. Did you get something more out of that car, the new car, buy a new car, 1, 2, 3 years?
No.
Okay, all right. I think I got it.
It's different. But, yeah.
Okay. Rinpoche, my question has two parts. The first part is, it is prescribed for certain practices to reflect on the nature of the mind itself, or the mind of clear light. What I wanted to know is, what is the benefit of that in the context of knowing that it is through understanding emptiness that we attain liberation? The other part of this question is, how do understanding the nature of the mind and understanding emptiness relate? Because it was described in one text as though the mind of clear light and the emptiness are almost of one taste, like it's like water to water. And so I was curious to see what you might say as to how the mind of clear light and emptiness relate.
Well, the mind of clear light's empty. That's all. Everything in emptiness are like water, and like what you just said, everything's that with emptiness. So.
Okay.
So let's start there. Let me go back to the initial question. So you asked how, if it says that some texts, how is it beneficial to meditate single-pointedly on the mind of clear light if emptiness is the solution?
Yeah.
So just real quickly, when you first meditate and you choose an object of observation, the goal is to create calm abiding so that then you can focus on things like emptiness and so forth. So, Rinpoche, kongichiwa de what is it? How do you say it in Tibetan? Detsuko. De zochen becha dan becha kashe de semgon sem usir de shinegon. Yene kon becha jenda the tomba ni the shanchu go tomba ni mena dene the sanje drotugumare tarpa drotugumare then gar shene tambo ngatsu tomba ni salomadana ganyen sena tomba ni the Nyingpo, the Sanje ka Nyingpo, Doni, the Ni. Then Gar Shene Tambo Doni Gonjagamare, the Kongichiwa. Gar Shene Sem Uzir Gonja, Gar Shene, Gar Pentoldu, Onchua de. Gariana Chipa, Thing Lapsa. He says the same thing I did, kind of. No matter what, everything has emptiness, and whatever you choose to meditate on as your object of observation will allow you to generate calm abiding, which will then allow you to focus on other things. So I then asked him what's the reason then for choosing this and not choosing, and that's when he said whatever you want to choose, you choose. Whatever you're connected to, you choose. So basically he's saying that you choose an object of observation, that object of and you do it over and over so you can obtain single-pointed concentration. So then you get it. You achieve calm abiding. You can then take that tool and turn it to the Four Noble Truths, turn it to a deity yoga, turn it to emptiness, turn it to the examination of emptiness to the point of inferential valid cognition, to the point of direct valid cognition. So it's a tool. So Rinpoche said you can really choose whatever you like. So he was like, no one said you had to. You said like, why not? And he said, well, you could. Then tomba ni tambo tsanlo dana pen togudu shinegom tomba ni kali kapudu chiran sanlo garyube ngay tsampa kali kapudu.
Shined mi pa gon lela bre. Shined ti lela tuni lela bu guntung mare. Tuni gumbala tuni tele nyanyu te jogor.
Less so.
Tuni gon nyanyu da gonji chimu gore.
Less so.
Lela mai ngodu ngeche pji ja bezin. Khala zobala khala yapo zobala kale shibu jogo do. Kale mo ma jana khala bchang mara.
Less so.
Tena chi tuni ko cha bala ana peba gi de to chala momo kale jo sene tuni nyanyu jong gor ma to tomone tuni ho do to ngoya ya mare.
Less so.
Tuni
Doesn't just happen.
Tuni go bala tuni gi na ja to traje trawa sheba ji go. Tuni jar mo ji no pe shegor mo to. Tuni se lela ba che mare. Trabre.
Less so.
Sene gona tomo sene gona gon happen mi pa chuchung gona kole tomo chuchung na tene ya dogora. Tomo de chumbu ju goina chumbu de mi pa sha to mare. Kale khawe re. Sene mi tuni go bala tuni na ja ya ba shebo.
Okay, so emptiness is so first of all, single-pointed concentration, dividing and developing calm abiding is not difficult. It's something that can be done. But emptiness is extremely difficult and something that very few people can understand. So the reason you would choose a different object than emptiness is that you don't understand emptiness. How can you really use it as a focal object when it's an exercise that you're doing to try to create calm abiding? It's an exercise, really. Why would you add an object of observation that very few people even understand it because of its subtlety? So Geshe Lharampa said that you have to, in order to understand emptiness, analyze it over and over and over again, as the Dalai Lama says, and look at it again and again and again. It's not something that just occurs. This understanding of it isn't something that intellectually you look at one thing and it just occurs. Like delicious food requires a lot of understanding and different ingredients, and they're all put together just right, and then this delicious food emerges. Likewise, emptiness emerges in the understanding from intense analysis and large amounts of understanding. So the Dzogchen or the what's the other one? The Mahamudra way is something for, Geshe Lharampa said, very advanced, highly realized practitioners to utilize. Without that advanced high realization, you won't be able to make what you're trying to make. Like he said, that delicious food, you won't make calm abiding. You'll make misunderstanding. So, and then there was something else. Was that it? No, didn't you have something else in there about? I felt like that.
Why is it beneficial, and how do they? You answered my question.
Okay.
It was both.
Just had a question. I guess it also sort of has two parts, but
Just real quick, I'm sorry. As a
yeah.
translator's note, also, I think that you would have the trap of falling into analytical meditation over and over again. If you tried to focus on a concept, it would be very hard to stay in this place where you could focus on a single object without doing analysis. Okay, sorry about that.
Thanks. I just had a question from the statement in the reading that concentration is not achieved in the sensory consciousness, but in the mental consciousness.
Right, okay.
And, well, I had two questions. One, does that apply to concentration on the breath? Because that seems like you're actually
But your mind is focusing on the breath. Your mind isn't the breath; it's focusing on the breath.
But is the object of focus the breath itself, or some sort of mental image of the breath? And then the other question I had was related to that, was in terms of visualization. If like you're visualizing a statue of the Buddha as being golden, is the sensory consciousness involved in that, even if it's imagination, or is that all just mental consciousness?
Well, imagination is mental consciousness.
But even if it's a sensory quality, even if it's a sensory quality, like a color or something like that.
Your mind's imagining the color.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I'm not being snarky or anything. I always need to frame it to Rinpoche so we get a good answer. So, because he's just going to say imagination is consciousness, and what you think about, what you make up in your mind is all what you in your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I might be bringing some outside stuff to this, but I was thinking that a color is something that would, even if it's imagined, is something that's sort of dependent on sensory consciousness in a way that, like, just thinking something like a general truth or something is like purely mental, and that there's sort of
it's just it's memory. Memory is consciousness. You remember what a color red is, so then you can say you meditate on red because you knew what it was because someone said that's red. So you put in the bank of your mind what red is.
Okay.
So Rinpoche Kong Chua the Uja Ugom the Lamatsung Kappa Becha Shugu Shime Yene Kong Kalen the Gom Gariena Ngatsu Yi Ngatsu the Supo Yomare Ngatsu the Zu Dra Yomare Ngatsu the Ichi number Sheba Gonjagdu. Then Uja Zuyin. Then that's the Laronam. Concentrudu. Ugom. Yene Uja Ichi number Sheba Yomare. Then Kandre Ugom Ichi number Sheba. It's the Chua Kensa. Okay, then Sanlo Dang. Did Sanlo Dang Kakare?
Yes.
The Zuyin. Okay. Then Sanlo Sheba Yin. Zudan Sheba Gyawa.
Yes.
Then okay, so when you are meditating on the breath, you're meditating on your mind is what is engaging in the exercise. Your mind and the breath are not one. They're not connected. They're actually mutually exclusive because breath itself is form and mind is consciousness. Form and consciousness are mutually exclusive. So you're merely thinking about the breath. So you're utilizing a physical thing in the sense of the mind's using it as an exercise. It's like it's using it as a tool for an exercise of focus, and so it's an additional tool, just as the image of a tanka would be. It's a tool for an exercise. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm not moving away from I'm just kind of bending how Rinpoche said it to make it make more sense. But it's a tool for that exercise of gaining single-pointed concentration or calm abiding but it's all done in the mental consciousness. It's just using the wind as a tool.
Thank you. Liz.
Thank you. No, thank you. That was a great question. Because you always become one with the. There's a lot of teachings on becoming one with this, and it can become confusing at times. Yes.
I'm trying to make light. You've said that like form and consciousness are
Mutually exclusive, contradictory. They can never have a common locus.
right. I was about to ask, like, of course they're not separate.
They are separate.
They're separate.
Yes.
Isn't the teaching things are not separate?
No, the teachings, everything is separate. What do you mean? Like, explain it. I'll ask the question.
All things connected. The
All things are
consciousness-
connected, sure, but that doesn't mean they're the same or they're So,
Right.
okay, so you're saying because they're connected?
I'm trying to see, like, you're still saying they're connected, but they're not like each
Rinpoche,
other.
the Dandel. Con de trudo. Dandel. Dang, hold on. That's good. Hold on. I gotta think of the best way to ask this. Chu tamche Dandel.
Yes.
Dene kandre gelwa. That's the question. That's what I don't. Chu tamche Dandel. Chu tamche Dandel. Then kandre chu kashe gelwa. Kandre. Chu tamche Dandel. Dandel. Dene chu kashe gelwa. Kandre. It's just a I can explain it. It's. They're coming from a lexicon where they understand the definition of all of their own words. So when we put in a word, it doesn't make sense to them because they have definitions that are pre-understood that we don't have. So that's why sometimes questions are hard to do because it doesn't make any sense to them. Like, because mutually exclusive just means that you take A and B and you'll never find an example of something that's both A and B. You won't. Like, you can come up with that, an example of something that's never both A and B. Like a yellow cloth and a red cloth. You never have something, you can say that they're both cloths, but you don't have anything that's red, yellow cloth. I mean, I guess you could if you had, no, you wouldn't. You could say green, I get it. But you know what I'm trying to say? There are things that if you compare them in the world, there's no common locus. There's no example where they're the same. The gelwa dondagare.
Gewa yimba yoro, gewa ma yimba yoro. Tabata sana, shinda zu sana gewa ro da. Shin zu re, ane shiba ko shiba ro. Kuni nika yimba sha maza gewa se lagores.
That's good. The nigare sheba dan
Shiba zu.
Zu dan sheba.
Gewa yinda tade kan jitu me se.
Okay, so that when the way that something is explained, it's the same words I'm using. The way that something is explained as being mutually exclusive means that there are two separate things that exist, and those two separate things never have an example of something which is both of them. Then the Gyalwa, so for instance, consciousness and form. You never have something which is both a consciousness and a form at the same time. You never have that. But if you said the mota dang moti kadok dang marpi kadok Gyalwa yomare gangin sera marpi mota yire. So for instance, if you had the mota kadok dang marpo kadok. So for instance, the color of a car, right, and red car, those are not mutually exclusive because you have color red car, like, you know what I mean, color red, you know what I mean, color of a car and red, you have a red car. So there's a common locus between those two. There's something which can be both of those two. But person and dog, they're mutually exclusive, because you don't have a dog person. You don't have something which is both. They can be dependent, like you can have a seeing eye dog, so now you have dependent origination because he's somebody's eyes, but you don't have a dog human there. You just have a dog helping a human.
So in the same way that you've got the dog helping the human, and that's like their connection.
In that
We
case,
can have form
sure.
and consciousness.
Say that again?
We can have form and consciousness deeply connected, though they are mutually exclusive.
They're connected for
Okay.
sure.
That was my question.
In apprehension, yeah.
Issue of language.
The zu dang sheba drawa yure, gangin sena sheba zu zingadu, kongi chua. The drawa dang gyalwa chipa yomare, jawa dang gyalwa.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so mutual exclusion and connectedness are not the same thing. Or mutual exclusion and disconnected are not the same. So something can be connected, but still be mutually exclusive. Because mutually exclusive only means one thing, that there's not an example of something which is both.
Wouldn't it also be the case, though, that the Chitta-Mantran school would say the exact opposite? That their belief system is that... Okay. Wouldn't the Chitta-Mantran school say the exact opposite of what you just said, though? Because don't they believe that that which is form and that which is consciousness are exactly the same thing?
The Sem Sampa, Zudan Sheba Gyalwayan,
Yes.
then the Sen Sampa, Kongi Konde Lapsung, Kalen Sung, Sen Sampa Tsampa, Zu Dan Chu Tamche, Gariyana, Sheba Yin.
시바 인사가 말다. 시비 바샤세도 주버스.
Yine Sheba Yomare.
시바 말.
So they do not say, the Chitta-Mantran school says that these are manifestations of the imprints but are not the consciousness themselves. They're
I see.
manifestations of the imprints but not the
Nice.
consciousness.
Okay.
Okay, concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. Oh, another question. Go for it. No. No more questions? We have questions. We can do questions. I just didn't think anyone had questions.
Just, it might be helpful. This is
Yeah,
just a
that's
comment.
okay.
Like we have Geshe Lharampo's teachings on the debate, the first year debate in the archives. Perhaps we should pull those out and get them on video, accessible computer, so that people can look at those, because I know that before I studied those topics under Geshe Lharampa at those classes, it changed how I look at the world, Buddhism, permanently. I mean, it was such an incredible, so it might be really beneficial for the Sangha, or the students to have that accessible.
Geshe Lharampa, Sonchana, the parchi yure, then kon gyalwa, dunchik, musum, muji, kanga trisum, kon dudra trisum, dudra the nyunyun trisum, kado karma, dubang utsin trisum, yine dubang utsin, yine the gangen sena the me mambo gyalwa dondagare hakogamare, dunchik dondagare hakogamare, sansan chiran trironang. Gangen sena the konsu pentoldu.
바로 전대로.
Yimba yoba the pentoldu. Yimba yoba yoba.
겨와서 나빠나
Senchik
시바다.
je.
시바다 주니 이가 만도와 겨와라 그랬어.
Ganjusuna?
시바다 주니
Gyalwa.
겨와로 니가 이마지요 말.
Then dunchik chepa goje.
지도 그
Gyalwa
찌는 쳐거라 저 말아.
the kanga. Kanga pento.
지주 쳐거라게. 이제 쳐 말아다.
시바다 세시도 시레스. 시바에는 세시도 보이죠. 세시도
시바죠.
Sergi Ripa?
시바.
세시르바 시비스니리. 세시르바.
Oh, Sershing Ripa. Oh, okay.
세라가.
That was great.
세라가. 로 어버지 미통부도. 로야 같이 세버스나 로야 빠지는 잘라 강가 통부도. 네 로마세 오픈 지어주다. 모두 통 말아.
Lesso.
취미시 저디 빠져 아부 통부도.
Lesso.
시 아부 맞는 빠져
Lesso.
통부도. 세서 그래.
Se. Selpo. Rinpoche, then the yanja Sershing Ripa dang Sheba
된지.
dunchi. Gangen sena seni dan soncha.
전선이나 된지 참.
Okay. So then, for instance, that which is clear in knowing and mind. So the definition of the definition of consciousness. I'm trying to translate as I'm hearing things. The definition of consciousness is that which is clear in knowing. So that which is clear in knowing is the definiendum of. That which is clear in knowing is the definition of the definiendum consciousness. So definition and definiendum are always mutually inclusive or one meaning, so that's how we, and the way that we know that is through the 8 doors of pervasion. It means that if it's A, it's B. If it's B, it's A. If it isn't A, it isn't B. If it isn't B, it isn't A. If you have A, you have B. If you have B, you have A. If you don't have A, you don't have B. If you don't have B, you don't have A. There's 8 there. And that is how you establish something as synonymous. And so definition and definiendum are synonymous. But form and consciousness are mutually exclusive because they are tade kanch, which means they are different, and they have no common locus. There is nothing which is an example of something which is both. So that is how you establish something as mutually exclusive. Then musum kandre. Dunchik labsum, gewa labsum, musum dan muji gare, musum gare. Okay, so now there are only 2 more things, so we're going to do them all. So we have mutually exclusive, we have synonymous, and then there are 3 possibilities or 4 possibilities. Any things you compare in the world that exist will fall into one of those 4 categories when you compare them and how they relate to one another. So Sheba Dang Wangshe. So Rinpoche used the sense powers and consciousness. He said there are 3 possibilities. Kangla Kangi Kyap. So when I just said to him, okay, what pervades what? That's how you debate. Kangla Kangi Kyap. Say what pervades what. Nene? Wangshe Yena Sheba Yemi Chap. Sheba Yena Wangshe Yemi Ma Chap. Okay, so if it is a sense power, it is necessarily consciousness. If it is a consciousness, it is not necessarily a sense power. If you say show, you would say mental consciousness. Mental consciousness is mental consciousness, but not a sense power. Then Nika Yimba.
Nika Yimba, Miksheba.
The I consciousness. Mik Sheba?
Sheba Yin
So Mik Namba Sheba. Sheba Yin, Wang She Yin?
Yes.
So if you say the Mik Namba Sheba, I consciousness is a sense power and consciousness. So this is something which is both. And something which is neither, you can say a rabbit with horns. Or Nene Muji. So the way it was is that you have A and B, right? You can find, when it's 3 possibilities, you can find something which is A and B. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how the easiest way to say that. When you have 3 possibilities, if you have A, you have B, but if you have B, you don't necessarily have A. So that's how 3 possibilities works out. There's a common locus, and there's something which is neither. 4 possibilities means that if you have A, you don't necessarily have B, and if you have B, you don't necessarily have A. There is a common locus, and there's something which is neither. Mushi? Sheba, Dang, Soncha. So consciousness and what's Soncha again? I just lost it. Soncha gare. Injike.
Injike kırsa. Injike kırsa. Taji sonson. Tabaz
Ray Garpi Kadok. Ray Garpi Kadok.
Yes.
Ray Garpi Kadok dan Kadok.
Gabi Kadu the Kadu Musoro.
Musum. Mushigare. Mo. Soncha, defini. Okay, so definiendum. Now I remember. Soncha chenso. Seni dan soncha. Gongel mepachi. Ngesem the Salom mambo yure. So if you look at the sheba dan soncha. Okay, so 4 possibilities. We can say consciousness and definiendum. So the definiendum is that which is defined, something defined. Kang la kangi kyap. Sheba yena soncha yembi ma chap show. Selshing ripa chuchen. Rube. So something which is consciousness but not a definiendum, you can say that which is clear in knowing. That which is clear in knowing is consciousness, but it's not a definiendum because it's a definition. And then if you say that which is a definiendum, that is not consciousness, you can come up with the soncha yena sheba yembi macha mota chuchen. Car, the subject car. The subject car is a definiendum because it's defined. Can be defined. Whenever they can't have to come up with a quick definition, they say suitable to be shown as car. Suitable to be shown as this. Suitable to be shown as that. So the definition of car is suitable to be shown as car. So you can say that car is a definiendum, but it's not consciousness. Something which is both. Sheba chuchen, nika yimba.
Yes.
It's something which is both consciousness. Consciousness is a definiendum, and it's consciousness. And then something which is neither, you can you have to come up with a non-existent. The ribong ra tseni yirbe. Ribong ra surua chuchen. Ribong ra surua. I said suitable to be shown as a rabbit with horns. I said, why can't existence be defined? Non-existence be defined. If we can define anything on the fly as suitable to be shown as this, I said, why can't we define rabbit with horns as suitable to be shown as a rabbit with horns? Anyway, it's questionable. All right, concluding mandala offering, dedication prayer. Tu chena the me mambo pentoludu, konsu gapudu. We got to figure out, if anybody was wondering what was going on here, maybe I already told you all, but the Lamrim Chenmo that we usually use is connected. You see the numbers in the book to the English book, the Lamrim Chenmo in Tibetan. And Rinpoche's new Lamrim Chenmo isn't connected in the same way. So if I'm suddenly lost and need to quickly figure out where I am, it's impossible because my Tibetan book isn't the same as his Tibetan book. So that was what was going on. So I gave him my book and had Ted go get the old one we replaced, so that was what all that was. There was no. So, concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Lobsang Drakpa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay till samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts, with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Tuji Rinpoche Guti Shapi Denronang, Ngatsu Lamrim Chenmo Kanga Chirolnang, Guti Shapi Denronang.